There was a bit of noise in the Conservative Party to hope to wait until December after the American elections, because a Trump presidency looks a lot better with a Sunak premiership as opposed to a Keir Starmer premiership. We remember, the London mayor Sadiq Khan had strong words for Donald Trump, and Donald Trump doesn't forget. He's a very petty character, and we still haven't secured a free trade deal with the Americans. So it would have made sense to wait till December. But Rishi Sunak, I think he suspects that there are going to be more scandals coming out of the Conservative Party, more defections to Labour, which would only weaken his position. And then there are also questions about really kind of the policy direction that Rishi Sunak is going. Liz Truss is urging him to drop net zero,
Yes.
which I think would help. But the Conservative Party have a much bigger problem at their hand, which is, the whole kind of policy agenda is completely off. I mean, yes, Boris Johnson became more and more unpopular after sort of the net zero kind of fiasco. He became so enthralled in net zero. Many people were saying that it was basically because of his wife, Carrie Johnson, who was also very passionate about environmental issues, and which is not something he actually campaigned on when he became prime minister. So many conservatives were very shocked by that. But the conservatives have a massive problem. I mean, there's a huge exodus of really long-standing MPs that are leaving the party. Many younger MPs as well, many under the age of 55, are actually have said they're planning on standing down. So really, the Conservative Party is being gutted from the inside out by its own party. And I think this is why Rishi Sunak decided to call the election now, to kind of get it over with and to soften the blow as much as possible.
Rita.
Is it also to save his job? Is that part of the reason? And was there any talk about him being replaced? Because I just don't know why you would go to a general election and have a certain defeat and not at least give yourself a chance by perhaps having a new leader who might reinvigorate the base.
Well, Rishi Sunak has been dealing with a lot of sort of murmurings of a vote of no confidence, particularly after the local council elections back in earlier this month. And this is another reason why people are speculating that you haven't seen the two most popular conservative politicians at the moment out and about and doing a lot of media. That's Kemi Badenoch and Penny Mordaunt, who are likely to succeed Rishi Sunak alongside maybe sort of Priti Patel and other kind of long-standing conservative MPs. And that does make sense. But at the end of the day, I think Rishi Sunak knows that no matter what he does, it's all lost for the Tories at this point. I mean, choosing between Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer is like choosing between cholera and dysentery. Both are extremely and unfortunately, we have a very, very sad choice ahead.
Yeah, Esther, though, I mean, like, as you say, they do seem to have a sad choice there. But during the last few hours, we've seen news that Rishi Sunak now, at this very late hour in the day, wants to kick off a debate on national service. Now, I mean, this is a government that hasn't even been able to implement, a simple Rwanda solution here. And now they're going to try and get everybody to sign up for national service. How badly do they want to lose by here?
Yeah, it's clear that Rishi Sunak is really clutching at straws. I mean, to talk of national service when effectively, as a percentage of our GDP, armed forces spending has been halved since the 80s. We're seeing a shortage of recruiting people into the armed forces. It's laughable that he thinks that any young person will sign up for national service. But the whole kind of policy agenda of the Conservative Party is completely non-existent. I mean, it would be nice if they were actually conservative, if anything, but in name only. But for the last 14 years, the Conservatives have basically been kind of like a poor man's Blair Act. They haven't really done anything very conservative. A lot of the things that people had issue with under the last Labour government have really exacerbated under the Conservative government. They've not funded, the judicial system. They've not funded our prisons. They've not funded our armed forces. Immigration has gone through the roof. 1.2 million people have come to the UK and settled in this country over the last 2 years alone, which is the size of Birmingham. There's so many things that have worsened under the Conservative Party that they really have nothing to go on.
Wow, Esther Krakue, great to chat to you as always. It's going to be a fascinating 4 weeks and we'll check in with you again soon.